Well, gentle ladies and gentlemen,
Is the time?
it's 7 p.m. So if you would, I'm going to call the September meeting of the Batavia Township Board to order, and would you join me in a pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And I'm going to ask the clerk to call the roll.
Okay, Walter Donnet,
Present.
Thomas Sharp,
Here.
Troy Tusana,
Here.
John West,
Present.
Lee Tracy.
Here. And let the minutes also reflect that our Highway Commissioner, Chris Long, is here. Our Assessor, Tammy Kavanaugh, is here. And we have our BAT videographer, Audrey Karp, with us this evening. And we also have Michael Long, attorney from Smith Elmonson in St. Charles. When we get to our executive session, we'll call upon Mr. Wong. So, next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the August 9th meeting, which you have. Is there, what?
I asked him if it was his nephew.
Yeah,
Long,
what?
Mr. Long?
No, Wong.
Long.
Oh,
You asked
I
him.
did have a roommate, Theo Long, though. If you
Okay.
My joke,
My mistake.
my joke I always say is Mike is doing it the Wong way. Anyways, is there a motion to approve the minutes from the August 9th meeting as you have them before you?
So move.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes?
I did not see any.
That's good. Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll on approval of the minutes.
Tusana,
Yes.
West,
Yes.
Donnet,
Yes.
Sharp,
Yes.
Tracy.
Yes. And the next item on the agenda is approval of bills to be paid in September. Before we do that, we also have the bank statements, and I will review those quickly just to indicate that we have plenty of money on hand. The general fund ending balance as of August 31st is $408,391. We had $13,000 of property tax deposited in August and $908.34 of personal property replacement tax. The big items were $59,000 that were provided for social service agencies, and as usual, health insurance is a little over $7,000. And a third of our mental health levy, which we paid of $139,000. The rest of that will be paid in this month and October. The Road and Bridge Fund has an ending balance of $616,000. Again, deposits of personal property replacement tax and property tax. And the general assistance checking account ending balance is $21,484. And you'll notice that $1,432 was paid to Aurora Township for general assistance benefits of $1,232 and administrative costs that we pay them of $200. The general assistance checking account also shows payments that we made from Batavia Township in the amount of $1,229.40. Let me also take a look at the budget reports which you have, which are instructive now, since we now have all of the fiscal year up to date through August 31st on QuickBooks online. So this is, the reports are, everything is there. It's worth noting that the mental health budgets, by October, we will have paid out all of the levy of $417,713.01. The general assistance budget it's worth noting that we have a remaining balance as of August 31st of $1,760.59, which means that we may run out of emergency assistance funds. What we will do in that case is suspend emergency assistance, since we don't have to do it. The general fund shows a big chunk, well, all of the social service agreements having been paid to date of $115,000. The other big one is Clark Environmental, which we've already paid $28,000, and there may be some additional, maybe since they're doing additional sprayings. Also worth noting that, hello, you know, one way to look at these budgets is that we are, I think, if you take what we have as 5 months out of 12, we have, you know, enough percentage of the budget left in all of the budgets, the general fund, assessors fund, and the 2 road fund budgets. You know, we're ahead in one sense of where we need to be, but, you know, by the end of the fiscal year. So, that being said, so we have bills for payment, and I need to add to the general fund the payroll payments got left off. So we need to add $456,456 for payroll in September. There are 3 pay periods in September. And we've got an amount of $46,456 to add, which means that the total is not $155,136.91, but is really $201,592.91. So, do I have a motion? Well, do I have a motion to approve the payment of the general fund bills in the amount of $201,592.91?
Could you say that
$201,592.91.
I'll make the motion to pay the bills.
Okay, moved by West. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Tusana.
Okay, now it's question and
Any
answer time.
question and answer time?
Yeah.
Wait, I'll
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
So GA is almost depleted, and I'm not sure if we ever depleted that before. We
No,
may
it's
have.
not depleted.
No, it's not now, but it's going to be. You said we might.
No, the emergency assistance.
Emergency assistance, correct. And
Okay.
we haven't used that before.
Yeah.
Depleted it, or maybe we haven't, we transferred
Yeah,
funds
well,
into the
emergency
account.
assistance is optional at the discretion of the supervisor. We don't have to do emergency assistance. And so what will happen is that when we get close to depleting emergency assistance, we'll stop doing it.
What's the difference between emergency assistance and general assistance?
Emergency well,
50 grand?
emergency
Oh, I know what
assistance
that
is
That's a
provided
free
for only,
kind of
well,
transportation
number one,
service for
we
elderly.
can get,
They sign up
a
and they-
person can
well,
only
you're taken
receive
different
emergency
places.
assistance once in a 12-month period. So in other words, once they have been, you know, paid an emergency assistance benefit, they can't get any more money from the township for emergency
How
assistance.
much is that take?
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter because there's a one-time payment. And it's only provided for rental assistance and utility assistance. And emergency assistance is available to those people who do not qualify for general assistance. Typically, people do not qualify for general assistance if they have minor children under the age of 18.
All right, thank you. I just wanted to
Anything else?
have it clear in my mind, that's all. Thank
So
you.
the general assistance, $1,432, that is what we paid them for their administration plus whatever it was that we
Yeah.
paid out for general assistance?
Yeah, so that, and we'll fix it because some of what we're paying Aurora is under administrative expense, the administrative portion, in other words, the money that is not going to clients, that is going to Aurora for administering the general assistance is coming out of administrative
So
expenditures.
the 1432 all went to clients.
Yeah, right.
And you said there was another $1,000?
Pending?
Where's that?
No. Uh-uh. There's not another. In this month. Well, I'll tell you what it is. No, there's nothing outstanding in September to date.
Wonderful.
Anything else? We are being joined by Bob Chalberg. Good evening. What's that?
I didn't know I would've got the door phone.
Well, he's capable of opening the door. So the minutes will show that our township accountant, Bob
I want to
Chalberg,
be the young guy that helps you
is
out.
also here.
Okay, we got a roll call then.
I'll bring it over for you.
Okay, do we have a roll call on the payment of
Oh,
the general
set you
fund
up next
bills?
to the camera, you can tell them
Yeah.
West,
Yes.
Exactly.
Donnet,
Yes.
Tell them which side your good side.
Sonnet.
Yes.
Tracy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. And then as we go to the road fund bills, we need to add to this list $55.56 to Feast Oil, which is a bill that came in since we put this together, and Elburn Radiator for $375. So we need to add $430.56. So the total road fund expenditures, and we need to add the Paycom of $15,719.58. So the total payments for the month of September will be $215,676.99. Okay? Any questions? Worth mentioning that the big one in the road fund is to do the construction for paving.
Finally got the paperwork through the county.
How long did that take?
Job was done first week in May. Not real happy about that, and neither is Geneva Construction. So they will get paid more.
They'll get paid.
If we
You
do.
need a motion?
If you-
Is there a
You can
motion?
try not to.
Is there a motion to pay the September road fund bills in the amount of $215,676.99?
So moved.
Moved by,
Second.
moved and seconded. Any questions? The clerk will call the roll on the payment of the road fund bills.
Donnet,
Yes.
Sharp,
Yes.
Sonnet,
Yes.
West,
Yes.
Tracy.
Yes. Okay, next item on the agenda is an executive session.
Calendar, so
So let's.
the 20th, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, the 20th.
Okay, thank you.
let's go back into our regular session. We can turn on the thing if you want to. Is it on?
Mhm.
Very good. Okay,
Anyway,
the next item on the agenda is the assessor's report. So do we have a report?
Yes.
Good.
We are done, completed the appeal process that ended, July. Let's see, I forgot the date, actually.
How many people did you have appeal?
We have 38 official appeals, and I would say that that's probably a record of the lowest since
Lowest.
I've been here for
Wow.
30 years.
Interesting.
And, you know, we do, when people have that 30-day period, we are very open and transparent and help everyone that we can and do an individual assessment review. And we decide a reduction is warranted, then we do so. We do inspections during those times, as you're probably aware, we did one in your neighborhood. If people are saying their house is in really bad shape, we need to see it. Otherwise, we really can't, you know, if you're, I have a situation where someone's using really low sales. One wasn't even advertised. Another one was advertised, needs lots of work. So the person I tried to get in, you know, send me pictures. Can I get in the house, in their house, because they want to use those sales. And they said that that wouldn't be appropriate at this time. So I gave the data that he FOIA'd me for my work that I did for him, and I gave him everything. And, I did reduce the value, so he will still have an opportunity to file an assessment appeal. So once he gets that notice from the county, he can file. He has 10 days. So that's what I recommended at this time.
So he got a reduction and he still wants more? Well, don't we all?
Right. Well, and the border review, you know, it's a median range of value, and it's not, you know, you're talking 1,800 built homes, 1,900 year built, and then you have some new ones in there, or totally gutted homes. You know, there's a whole different market right now, as we all know. So you have to try to find those most comparable, and we can't get inside.
Right.
And a lot of people don't pull permits. So that's our best way, is just to ask. And the board actually passed a rule starting this year that if the owner denies you access into their home, that they would likely confirm the value because of those reasons. So most people do not, they let us in. If, you know, they want us to see the condition, and, you know, it's, you got a 50-year home that's had nothing done to it, then yeah, it'll affect the value, but I want to see it.
So if there's a homeowner that's been denying you access for years and years and years, you could assess them high, and when they appeal, then they would have to let you in to see it before that appeal would be successful?
Not necessarily. This is the first time, so I will learn that actually at the hearing as to how the board will handle that certain particular, certain case, whatever, so. I haven't had it happen yet, but I have had the board in the past, people have denied me access, and the board questions why. I don't know the outcome. I'm pretty sure they probably got some kind of reduction. Sometimes we'll do a 1-year deal. So it's really up to the board at that point. But there are, you know, there are standard rules, and this is a new one. So we'll see. So, but we, you know, we have a newsletter on our website, so if you sign up at bataviatownship.com, put your information, it'll give you those filing dates and deadlines, and, you know, if you have questions for us. So you know, we're toggling between our emails and then that general email, which gives the people just more accessibility to, you know, what they're looking for. We have a great website for searching. We made it easy for the people. We're not trying to hide anything. When we say use homes in your neighborhood, we have a neighborhood search. We're not going to put something out there that is part of that criteria and not have it be searchable. So, we haven't had a lot of people, you know, commenting in a negative way about our site. They seem to like it. So I feel like it's working, and we're here for the people. And to me, that's where we start, is by you know, listening to them, listening to their concern, why their home might not be that value, and do more of an individual analysis or appraisal of that property. So that's, I like to do that for people, and that's our opportunity to do that, and I'd rather do that than have them file for me, so. We're doing pretty well. We, you know, we did get a lot of calls. We do track them. We have a concern log. I'm not exactly sure right now our total, because we're still getting calls. And I let people know that even though we're past the deadline, I'm still happy to look at it for them. So, I do that. Some townships won't do that, but that's just my preference. I feel it's a fairness to people.
Any other
Thank you.
questions for Tim? How about the road commission?
Well, right now, we're pretty slow, so that's the way it kinda goes this time of the year. We start getting the equipment ready, the leaf machine and all that, we're rebuilding part of it. Now we move towards trimming trees that have gotten into the roadway, or covering signs, straightening signs, replacing some signs. It's kind of that maintenance month that we have, September, until we start into the fall. It just continues, you know. We have a plan, we lay it out, and we just go from there. Things are going well.
Any questions for Chris? No?
Do you cover, signs just reminds me, you don't really do street signs though, that's not your purview, is it?
If it is in our street.
What about Shagbark?
Well, the street signs on Shagbark would be either state.
So the state is
or-
required to do that rather than the township?
Or, yeah. Which one are you talking about up on?
One on 25.
Yeah. I'll tell the guys about
A
that.
certain somebody, there's a sign up there now that says Shagbark, but it's not up very high and it's not really a legal sign. One of which
Well,
that's not your part, it's the state, so.
But we do realize the state won't let you do anything.
Do you guys order this or you make them?
We buy them from, we have Blackberry Township make 'em.
Oh. I didn't know if you had a machine, just curious.
We looked at that, but it's extremely expensive.
Yeah.
Do they have a machine of their own?
Yeah. The computer and the software, but then you gotta buy all the different colored reflective tape. And you have to have a machine that cuts it all out.
Anything else? We don't have any public participation. And so, any trustee reports? Anybody? Any report?
Not for me.
Okay. I just want to make clear then, so that we will have a continuance of the executive session a week from today on September 20th at 7 p.m. I'll remind you. Next meeting is October the 11th. I will remind you that the Kane County Township's dinner is at Lincoln Inn on Wednesday, October 26th. And the TOI conference in Springfield is November 13 through 15. So we'll firm up who's going where. I will mention that the Township organization, I think you've got the invitation from the Kane County Township is meeting on Wednesday, September 28th in St. Charles at 6 p.m. And Mark Armstrong, who's always entertaining, Superintendent of Assessments, will be the speaker on that evening. September 28th. Wednesday, September 28th at 6 p.m. Okay. I don't think there's anything else, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor of adjournment, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, BATV.